Hello, everyone. Hey, folks, how's it going? Appreciate you all being here. Be getting started in just a second. Trying something a little new here today over on twitch.tv/LotraStream, and that is I am live on Facebook. I did this yesterday for one of our other games, and it worked out just fine, so I thought I would give it a shot at Lotro today. So that means I'm triple tasking. I'm on YouTube's. I'm on Twitch's. I'm on the Book of Faces. Trice live streamed. Or thrice. I am live streamed thrice. How's it all going, everyone? We're going to get started in just a second. So for those of you who maybe are checking us out on Facebook for the first time, my name is Cordovan. I'm the community manager for Lord of the Rings Online. I do a show every Thursday at noon on all three of these channels called Court of the Rings. It's a casual show where I'm just questing on Landreval, hanging out, having fun, running events. And then one of the main points is I'm talking about the latest news, the happenings going on in the world of Lotro, and also having plenty of time for your Q&A. So if you've kind of been wondering, it's like, well, man, I sure would like a time where I could just sort of hang out and ask someone who works for the game something. That's what this is about. So every Thursday from noon to 1, provided this works out okay, over on Facebook today, I'll be doing this every Thursday from noon until 1. Over on Twitch, right now I only have Twitch chat embedded in the live stream. The rest isn't all working yet. But eventually at some point that should be happening as well. So that's pretty cool. Hello, Feklas, Lariana, Gravity42, Stage 541, Half Pint, Toya Bella. Nice to see you all. Same with over on Facebook. I see a Meredith, Axeleus, Pamela, and Robert. Nice to see all of you here. Really do appreciate it. Someone said, Realm, are you playing WoW? No. Not that game. Wrong game. That's okay. McVegan Pants. I also want to give a shout out to you for this weekend. You start streaming for the first time on LotraStream. That'll be... I have to remember when the show is. 10 to 2? Saturday? This will be your very first time streaming on LotraStream, so thank you very much for doing that. If you haven't been following McVegan Pants over on Twitch, she does a lot of really great Lord of the Rings streaming over there, and we were happy to have her on LotraStream here as well. Druid's Fire down at Star Wars Celebration. Yeah. Did you ever get out of line? That's nice. More news on the 10th anniversary events. Why, yes, I do have more news. Let me actually call up that page right now, and I can talk a little bit about what we have going on. This went live, yesterday, day before, and this is a rundown of all of our 10th anniversary events. The main goal of this is to be a one-stop shop for everything 10th anniversary related. So as we make announcements, as we schedule things, put up gifts, videos, what have you, you can find links to all that stuff on this page. So you might want to bookmark it if you're going to be taking part in a bunch of 10th anniversary shenanigans over on Lord of the Rings Online. So let's take a look at what we've already announced, and then, like I say, we'll be doing some other things. April is our 10th anniversary. We've been seeing, say, on Twitter and Facebook and that, some people are celebrating the 10th anniversary of their particular characters already. You know, similar to a lot of MMOs, it was kind of a rolling start. So while we mark our formal anniversary launch date as April 24th, a lot of people were already in the game doing different things. So, but you gotta pick a day, and we've decided on April 24th. So that's what we have going on here. Probably one of the main things I'll be involved in is on Tuesday, April 25th, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour live stream. from noon until midnight Eastern Time, right here on Lotro Stream on Twitch, Lord of the Rings on YouTube, and over on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Lotro. Noon to midnight, it's going to be a big long stream where we have chats with various members of the Lotro team, both past and present. I'm going to talk about the history of the game, show off dig into the old screenshot and video archives and show off some of that stuff. So if you have been around for 10 years, a lot of this may be familiar to you, but it may be a blast from the past as well. And if you haven't been around maybe for a decade now, you'll be seeing a lot of early days stuff and concept art and just really cool things throughout the course of that live stream. So in addition, though, to the interviews and the look back at things, and we'll be doing music and that, I'm going to be in-game. No set schedule on that stuff, but I'm going to be popping around all the worlds, doing my best to not crash the server. I'll be probably spawning a few things, give away a few items, just have some general fun times with the community over on the live worlds. The reason I'm not announcing specifically what server and what time is because I know from history that if I were to say, yes, I will be on Arkenstone at 1 p.m. Eastern, then I would probably crash Arkenstone at 1 p.m. Eastern, because too many people would be on there. So I kind of have to be stealthy about it. That's why we do it that way. Not because we don't want you to take part, but just because we don't want to ruin the game performance for everyone else. So there we go. Otherwise, we have got, this is kicking off perhaps as soon as this weekend. We've got Chance Thomas, who does a lot of our greatest music for Lord of the Rings Online, has put together a retrospective for us. Basically, his top 10 favorite pieces from Lord of the Rings Online, and then he's written a bunch of text kind of explaining what he likes about it, maybe a little bit look back on the making of it and all that. So we're going to be rolling that out periodically every couple of days, starting perhaps as soon as this weekend, running all the way through April 24th, 25th-ish. Also, our anniversary event at the Party Tree is going to be happening. That starts on April 20th. Expanded fireworks, and I've seen a screenshot. It's pretty sweet. But that's also kind of the main typical hub for the anniversary Party Tree type stuff. So you're going to want to head over there if you haven't been there since the 9th anniversary. And then also, starting on April 20th all the way through to July 13th, we're going to be doing a special 10th anniversary scavenger hunt. Every week, it unlocks 3 new quests, and each quest will sort of take you back to areas celebrating 10 years of Lord of the Rings Online, specific quests, specific NPCs, just kind of specific things that are really ingrained in the memory of Lord of the Rings Online, with a new twist and some new updates and things like that. So it's something the Lotro dev team has been working pretty hard on for a couple of months at least. So I think you guys are going to be, and gals are going to be, extremely excited about that. Say every week you unlock 3 new quests, and it goes all the way through July 13th there. So, to start, you'll be visiting Mr. Waldo Rumble at the Party Tree in Hobbiton. We also have been posting up some GIFs and that on our social media, so if you want to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, we've been posting GIFs up. We actually have more than 3 at this point, where we're really just bringing some of the most iconic locations in Lord of the Rings to you in GIF form. So it's just kind of a fun thing that I've been doing as well. And we do have some other things as well. We've got some items that we're going to be giving out, typical kind of stuff that longtime Lotro players can expect. But that's going to be happening as well. Technical over on Twitch. What if you miss a week? Are these incremental? The answer is yes. But that is part of the reason why we have it running as long as we do. So that if it's all going to be unlocked for those who start right away by a certain time. But then the event's going to continue on for quite a while so that those who start later, whatever, can catch up and take part in all the events. Oh no, my backdrop. The other thing is it unlocks incrementally, but once unlocked, people can can sort of move forward and do all that stuff. So it should be okay. Sorry, I'm a little slow replying to things. Let me get back to that. When are we going to discuss level 105 Moore's Freep armor? Probably when we're ready to bring it out. At this point, we don't have anything to announce in that regard, but we're well aware that the Freeps would like to have level 105 armor. So I would imagine that's something we're going to try to get to as soon as we can. I need to pace myself. 12-hour stream. Not today, but on April 25th, yeah, I'm gonna be just fine. I've actually did this last year for Dungeons and Dragons Online, where they celebrated their 10th anniversary, and plus I'm an old radio guy, so the idea of, plus, in case you haven't guessed, I like to talk a lot, so the idea of me filling 12 hours is not a problem. When is Warg damage going to be nerfed? I haven't heard of any plans to do that. Any chance the Rangers offensive quest line will be available at some time in the future? Potentially. When will minstrels have some love and be able to display their instruments, music-related cosmetics? What do you mean, like on your back or something like that? Because, I mean, you can already show this stuff. See? It's right there. Maybe you're asking about something else. Alright, let me catch up on chat over on the Twitch side. Oh, on the back. It would probably be an issue with our Cape Tech. So it would be difficult to get it to display on your back. But maybe. I don't know, I can look into that. When will we find out about pre-purchase information for Mordor? Not yet. Sorry, I have to be coy about that, but we aren't yet ready to talk about that stuff. When will we be able to pre-purchase the Mordor expansion? We'll have more information on that later. It'll be before it comes out, of course, but we don't even really have an exact start date to announce at this time. We've been thinking about it on our end in terms of getting the calendar placed and things like that, but it's just not ready for public consumption yet. Does Lotro still take on new streamers? Yes. I will let you know, though, that we've got a pretty busy schedule right now. So particularly if you do prime time hours during weekdays and such, it's kind of getting a little trickier to find open spots for people. But you can take a look at our calendar, and if there's an open spot that seems to fit well with your streaming schedule, get in touch with me. You can do that through Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, a whole bunch of things like that. And we'd be happy to help you out there. Is there any other information I can give on the new High Elves race other than that they will have a captain? Had lots of questions on it in my stream. Not yet, but we will be showing that off, on Bull Roar and such too. So I would imagine that that stuff will be incoming.
Hello there.
I'll actually take an opportunity to put this stuff in. Yes. Ooh, I can have a harp now too. cool. Some of this other stuff's going to have to kind of wait until I get a little bit higher level. I'm a flute player in real life, so for me, being able to play the flute's pretty rad. Hello, Ephilos. Nice to see you here. So back to the high elf question. It's going to be a while. Perhaps we might be able to pick the brains of a dev on our anniversary live stream. I would recommend that you check that out. See if you can't, if we can't pull some information from them. We will make them speak to us. Oh, I do not have enough room. Sorry to make you sit here. I haven't been to the vault in quite some time. I've been out questing, so it's a good opportunity for me to actually get this done. All right, a few questions. Is there any more news on the 64-bit client? Not really, although I can tell you that it is still on our agenda. We have an engineer who is doing contract work with us, who is specifically tasked with, once they get done with a certain thing they're working on now, to focus on the 64-bit client. So perhaps that's something we'll be able to get you sooner rather than later, but no real nothing really to talk about at this time. Sorry. Other than it is still coming, we are still doing it, or want to do it, and there we go. Edith Sweet Rose. All right, well I could do that. Edith? Where are you, Edith? Someone remember where Edith is? Maybe the Prancing Pony? Should we save our Elotra points to spend it on the anniversary? You might. You might. Yeah. I mean... No, you should spend all your points and then buy more. And then spend them and buy more, right? But no, I think, I mean, clearly we're going to have some kind of stuff going on for the anniversary. Any plans on rank 16 to entice old Ettin's vets to the game again? We haven't really put any... At this time, no. I don't really have anything to announce about that, sorry. Oh yeah, congratulations on getting 7,000 followers here on our Twitch channel as of today. That's pretty cool. Hey, anyone remember where this Edith lady is? I could use someone giving me a heads up in chat, so I don't have to wander around looking for said person. Will we ever get the elf NPC outfits as cosmetics? I would never say never, but probably not anytime soon. And the reason for that is that the way the game works, aren't they at the Camp of the Barrowdowns? Oh, okay. The way it works is that NPC cosmetics tend to be painted on the NPC, whereas on the character it's an actual object that is placed onto the avatar. So you can't just say copy an outfit from an NPC and put it on a player character, because it doesn't exist as an object. It's painted onto the NPC, generally. That's not to say it can never be done, but that is to say that it's not going to be done anytime. It would take a special effort to get it all done. Is that all the way in the Barrow Downs? Yeah, Sweet Rose, the traveling vendor, found a dead man's perch in the northern Barrow Downs. Yeah, this is just old stuff that I never got around to turning in, so I might as well do it while I'm here, huh? Do we ever plan to release a new creep class? Nothing to announce. I mean, I haven't heard of any plans to do that, but I would never say never. Any way to contact me after the stream sometime? I have things to discuss. Yeah, just get in touch with me on the forums. You can just find me as Cordovan on the forum, send me a private message there. Yeah, frankly, if you send us a message on Twitter or Facebook, I'll be the one seeing it anyway. So, that works. Any chance to rework the instant scaling system to make old content as challenging as the new content? No, not really. That's not to say never, but it would be a lot of work to do something like that, and I'm not sure that that's really on our agenda anytime soon. Sorry. Getting questions about PvP, why is it ignored, and will there be anything to do to improve or update things content-wise? We don't ignore PvP. I mean, I think the fact that you can look at our release notes and read the changes that have been made to them over the past, say, year would sort of belie that statement. But yes, I have actually heard that we plan to do a little more work on PvP in the somewhat near future. I don't know what the nature of that's going to be, just that some dev was like, yeah, we're going to get to it. So we'll see. Apparently went the wrong way here. That's fine. Am I not going to be able to get over through here? Oh well. When can we expect LIs to increase again? Sorry. You guys are asking me. The thing about all these when will questions is unless it's on our agenda, I can't really commit to it, right? And so the answer to almost all that stuff is, maybe, I don't know. It's not to say never, but that's to say it's not happening anytime soon. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Is this the 12-hour stream? No, that will be on Tuesday, April 25th. This is my regular weekly show I do for about an hour every Thursday at noon. Will there be special quests for the High Elf race? Yes. To the extent that they are going to have their own sort of like starter stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna say, forget this. I went the wrong way. Before I just make you guys sit there and watch me wait forever, let me just do something else. Will we ever see Fellowship maneuvers reworked and have a use for raids fellowships, specifically ones that used to reward teamwork like Wings of the Windlord, etc.? We haven't really focused on Fellowship maneuvers And I don't know that we have any immediate plans to do that. I think if there's enough interest that you would like us to prioritize that over some other things, it's something we can look at. But I have not heard of any plans to update Fellowship maneuvers. Oops. Pearson's Farm. That's nice. Named almost certainly after a Mr. Chris Pearson. Would it be possible for the devs of Lotra to set up a Twitter account so they can tweet stuff out that they are working on or answer questions? We do that to some extent on our official account, but realistically, the developers themselves are busy working on the game. So the idea of them sort of just taking all that dev time away to answer questions on Twitter on an ongoing basis is perhaps unlikely.
What can I do for you?
Man, you guys are pelting me with questions, huh? Yep. I haven't even gotten to Facebook yet. What are our plans after the Black Gate? We have a lot of plans, but we certainly are not going to be talking about them at this time. Sorry. I can tell you that we have got years worth of plans ahead of us. Some of it will be spoilers, though. If we were to do that, it would... Forsaken Inn is where I want to go, I think, right? It would give away what is going to be happening in our Mordor expansion. So, sorry. Is there a way to lower the volume of cutscenes? Yeah, I know, right? I totally need to, we need to do that. The trick is it's actually technically balanced for people who play at max volume, but who plays at max volume, right? So the challenge is to add a slider essentially to it. Because if we lowered it, some people who do play at more regular volumes would be like, why are they too quiet? Whereas everyone else is sort of like, why are they so loud? So it's a balancing act, and ultimately we would need to add the tech to have a slider there. Why isn't it on a slider? Because it is a BIC file, a .bik file, and it has its audio volume settings baked into the video file itself. And I don't believe that there is a separate slider just for BIC files in the game client. It's your fault, Feckles, huh? Yeah, that's funny, though. Can we get a Standing Stones comparison / horse? That is something that has come up, but we've just not done yet. Yep. Is it me that has the Lotro family account on Twitter? No. That's a player-run account, not an official one. Why not make Lotro open source? Probably for a combination of commercial and business reasons, and legal reasons, and licensing reasons. How many years more are we planning to keep going with this amazing game? We will be at least 1,217 years. At that time, though, it has been rumored that the Earth will be invaded, and they don't like video games. But until that point, we should be going for quite a long time to come. I mean, granted, after 500-600 years, the game engine will start showing its age, but, you know, hey, as long as people want to support it, we're going to keep making it. Will a 12-hour anniversary stream give more detail on the Mordor expansion? Probably. I am not spoiling things at this time, but one might expect that to be something that would come up in questions. A Pepsi horse? No. Can we get war goats? As a matter of fact, that came up in a meeting today, or yesterday. No promises. But it did come up in a meeting. Yeah. What is my honest take on rank farming? Am I completely against it, or does it not really matter? Before, it wasn't against the rules. In general, I don't really have much of an opinion on it, per se. I would say that we prefer to focus on the things that you guys care about. So if it's a big enough issue in the PvMP community that it spurs us to action, then we would need to evaluate. What do you need? Man, there's no real good answer on that, though. It's tough. It's definitely not something we like, but I'm not sure that it's something that we want to spend a lot of resources to prevent, given that there's a bunch of people out there who want to do
What
it.
have I done?
So it really comes down to finding that balance of letting people do what they want, in a way that actually, has some positive financial impact to us, while not disrupting overly the experience of those who don't like it. And that's a tough call. It's a tough call. There are people who really get pretty frustrated by rank farming in the moors, but but it's not something that we have decided to make a concerted effort to deal with. To the extent that you were saying we used to allow it, it's been allowed for a long time. To some extent, that is an indication of our future stance on it. But again, a lot of this stuff depends on what the community wants to have us do. Should someone time-lapse me to see how much beard growth there will be? I tend to sort of cut it periodically, so, you know. Why have we made the choice to have the High Elf just be a race instead of a race-class combo? Especially since they look almost identical to regular elves. One, they don't. But we want it to be a race so that you have a variety of classes to play, rather than, say, a specific race class combo that would limit the kind of things you could do with that race. What level am I now? I'm a mere 29. Go easy on PvP answers. Sapiens got in trouble for telling the truth. Yeah, a little bit. It's a challenge, right? Will we get a small PvP update sometime soon? Yeah. I heard devs working on some PvP related things, so it should be happening sooner rather than later. Will Pinion and Maid of Lions attend the 12-hour anniversary stream? Yes, if I have to glue them to the seat. No, they will almost certainly be there. Yeah. When can we expect fixes for Bjornings? If soon, what can we expect? I know that it is on our list of things to work on. We have got a short list of classes that are in need of some work. Bjorning is pretty darn close to the top of that list. At the very least, I think what we're going to try to do is fix some of the longer standing bugs with Bjorning, get them to sort of a base level, and then make adjustments from there following further kind of community work and feedback. So the idea is to really get them to a position that we're happy with, and then see what kind of further work might need to be done there. We have got a lot of PvP players in chat here. You know, we want to support a wide variety of players. We have a lot of people who play PvP, and we have a lot of people who would not touch PvP with a 10-foot pole. So trying to find a balance in developmental priority to make as wide a group happy while also being able to focus on perhaps you know, subsets of the community is always a challenge for us. But it is something that we have been doing work on PvP, and we will continue to do work on PvP. Get off my horse. Nice, I'm a drummer. Where am I going? Yeah, there we go. We have many PvP players in chat because PvP is broken! If I were to get a dime for every time someone said that, I would have a lot of dimes. PvP is one of those things that is an ongoing concern. It's, to some extent, I guess you could even argue, a nearly never-ending concern. I don't know that there's ever been a time that we've been able to say that the community has agreed that PvP is in a perfect condition and no further changes ever need to be made. And it tends to be fairly hyperbolic to the extent that PvP never just needs some work. It's always either completely broken or completely overpowered for one person or another. So it's a challenge. It's a real challenge to try to make everyone happy while not overly spending all of our time working on PvP. I don't know that we've really succeeded there, but, you know.
I must bid you farewell. I fear there is little to be done. I have a task for you. So, it has come to this. There is great evil here.
On the rank farming topic, if it's not impacting anyone, as I said, which hopefully I didn't say that. I certainly didn't mean to say that it is not impacting anyone, because clearly it impacts a lot of people. So no, I'm not saying that. But if it's not impacting anyone, why do people get banned for it? The answer to that is because it does impact people. It impacts their in-game play experience in a way that they, as a community in general, have told us they do not wish.
What can I do for you?
Why is it a bannable offense? It's probably because... So, in general, we try to take a hands-off approach to things like Lua scripts and other kind of gameplay things that are created by the community. But we want you to be behind the keyboard doing things. So, when a tool is created that allows people to sort of play without really playing, you know, if you can go make a sandwich and you're leveling up, if you go to the movies and you're still leveling up, that ain't good. And we tend to try to put a stop to that. So I've got a lot of chat here I'm trying to get to. Are we ever going to update graphics and animations like World of Warcraft did in Legion? Probably not. It would be a huge undertaking at a scale that would pretty well bring game development to a halt other than that, given our current size and everything. But we do look for ways to improve game performance and make the game as pretty as we can. You know, we've had times where we've added DirectX support and things like that. So, you know, it's possible, but it's not in our immediate future. Frankly, I think Lotro looks pretty awesome right now. But ooh, can I take a fall? Yeah, I can. Wow. Oh, no. Ah, crap. Jajoiki. Okay, fine, I'll do this. Let me heal myself up first. That's what I get for being an idiot. Alright, let me get back to chat here. Someone was saying... Can I see? Will the Mordor expansion make the
There is a
raiding
certain
community
unpleasant
happy?
feeling lingering about.
We've said
Something on
that
the
we're
air is
going,
strange tonight.
upon release, no. Because we've already said that we're going to be doing our group content and an update after the initial Mordor release, whether that be a point update, or something like that is going to depend on various factors that have not yet been determined. But with, say, day one release of the first part of Mordor, no, we're not going to be having raiding. These guys are kind of tricky. Maybe I'm not prepared. They have a lot more hit points than I do. Jeepers. So I've been getting a few tells in game, and I haven't really had the opportunity to look at them. Yeah, Dunrana, thanks for photobombing the stream. They're planning to do such regions as Grey Havens, Tower Hills, Tharbad, currently in low-level areas or near them. I mean, not immediately. We're going to be pretty busy with Mordor and related areas. Some people are saying, well, what about disabled people who need to use these macros and stuff? It's like, well, that's not really what we're talking about. Just like with just about anything that exists, there is a certain level of shades of gray to it where you need to be realistic as well. So blanket statements and generalizations need to be treated as that. For when is planned, the 64-bit client, it is planned for the future, but we don't have a timeline to announce at this point because our engineer is neck deep in other work at the moment, but we'll be focusing on that as soon as that work is done. So, oh gosh. Okay, I'm just going to retreat for now, I think. But it's coming, just not anytime soon. Another question on 105 Freep Audacity gear. We hear that quite a bit on the forums, so we'll see. What about macro wargs that cannot function without third-party programs? Oh. The current streamer has died 9,001 times this stream. No, I haven't. But I have died. That. Any plans for selling a lifetime sub once more? No. It is unlikely we will ever be offering a lifetime subscription again. Please make a change on trading tier 2 raid armor pieces so it can only trade the armor you want to other armor from bosses which you have completed. I'll appreciate the feedback on that, but no plans to do that. Okay. Will there be scalable instances in the future? We're not big on full fellowship instances. We still like a challenge, but do not like large groups. There are plenty of 6-man instances we can accomplish, but sometimes the mechanics of an instance prevent us from finishing them. That is something that has come up fairly recently, that I've heard people talk about fairly recently as well. So I do think we're going to see something along those lines in the future. We want to have instances for a wide variety of people, but I don't know specifically that we have really anything to announce about that at this time. I'd say it's possible, though. Christian says, is it possible to get over level 20? I think you're referencing on a free-to-play account. I've read that you need to pay some quests after level 20. Yeah, my understanding is that's absolutely possible. If for no other reason, then the way the game works is you can earn Lotro points from playing the game. So it might be a bit on the grindy side or whatever, but that's something that you can do. But on top of that, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. Perhaps the community can give you some good advice over on YouTube here. But yeah, you can indeed play over level 20 as a free player. There we go. These hills. Ooh, it's all stormy. Wow. How cool. You can for sure play entirely free, just a bit of grinding. Yep. There you go.
Stay a moment. Could I speak with you a moment? Stay a moment.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Do a lot of deeds. There you go. Ah, Big Ed Mustafa has multiple level 105 characters as a free-to-play player.
What have
There
I
you go.
done?
There's your answer. For how to free-to-play, check out Carvit Log Splitter on Twitch, or Big Ed Mustafa. I believe both are entirely free to play. Great advice. What is Standing Stone Games' stance on multi-boxing, both in PvP and PvE? The general stance of multi-boxing is we're not against it, provided that you're actually engaging with the game. And by that I mean, we don't like macros in that, but if you want to have multiple accounts going and control each character and do that sort of thing, you can do that. I mean, it's explicitly allowed in the game client, so there you go. But clearly you get into shades of gray pretty quickly where you wouldn't want to make any kind of blanket statement as to, yes, it is always okay because SSG said so. No, that's not really how it works. It tends to be a matter of context. Context and usage. What are you doing with it? Why are you doing with it? What impact is it having on other people? Are generally the three big questions that need to be answered when considering that stuff. Foul Wriggler, I defeat thee! Will there be mortar stuff at Gamescom? No. Sorry, we're not going to Gamescom. So it sounds like there are some people in chat who would like us to say no multi-boxing ever. If you're ever caught multi-boxing, you are immediately banned, and then we come to your house and punch you in the face. I don't think that's likely to happen. Sorry. You know, it's one of those things, I think if you go to just about any MMO forum, you will find people with varying opinions on it, and certainly this isn't just a Lotro issue, this is something that comes up pretty regularly. I guess what I would say is that the best way to get something changed is to try to give an organized look as to why it needs to be changed, what's wrong with it, what negative impact it's having on the wider community, you know, and then it's just a matter of trying to prioritize it along with everything else.
Through his eyes, you are revealed.
Oh, how did I get all the way over there? Because that's where I am. Is the in-game Lotro store replaced by the browser store permanently? No.
What do you need?
Nope, that's not the case. It's a temporary change while we work to re-implement an in-game store solution. What happened is that one of our vendors, well, to back up a little bit, if you're not familiar with PCI compliance, look it up online. It basically has to do with keeping people's credit information secure, and is part of a series of regulations that are really worldwide, but are especially strict in Europe. And one of our store vendors made a change to adapt to updated PCI compliance guidelines, and that change was not compatible with the current implementation of the Lotro store and the DDO store. So we have to make some changes on our end to become compatible with that change done by one of our vendors. Due to the time it would take to actually get that done, it was faster for us to implement a browser-based solution to the stores while we worked on that fix. So yes, it will be back inside of the game as soon as we can get it to you. It's not a permanent thing, but it's going to be a little while, probably at least a few weeks more, if not longer. I am reading Facebook, Jonathan. I just haven't had time to keep up with everything there. When will Lotro DLC be back up on Steam? The future is murky on that one. Problem is we got... There's stuff. You know, when we're dealing with that sort of thing, we're often dealing with other vendors, you know, Valve and things like that. And at the moment, it's going to be a little while before that stuff gets back. Has to do with back-end account things as part of the transition. And it's not entirely our timeline to correct. Alright, you know, I'm actually getting pretty close to my hour here. You guys have kept me busy. Yeah, I tell you. Any Bjorning updates? Only in general that it's something we still plan to carve out some time to work on. It's on our list of, our short list of classes to do some update work on when time permits. But it's unlikely that much of any of that work's going to be able to get done prior to Mortal. Because we got to get Mortar out. Hello, Gallantier. How you doing? Which devs could be appearing on the anniversary stream? Well, I am going to see what I can do to make all of them appear on the anniversary stream. They're going to have to work pretty hard to not get on the stream. Let me put it to you that way. So, a lot of them will be on the stream. As many as I can possibly force into a chair to talk will be on the stream. Both past and present. Or, yeah, past and present, yeah. Prancing Pony graphics update, any possibility? It's not on our agenda. Could happen, though. Will there be an episodic quest event again like the Bingo Boffin quests? Yes. It'll be coming soon as part of the anniversary. What time on the 25th does the stream start again? It will start at noon Eastern and go until midnight Eastern. Maybe even a little longer. We'll see how things go. Yep. Alright, will the new developers be doing Extra Life charity events again? Yeah, I'll be doing some Extra Life stuff again later this year. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LotraStream and youtube.com/LordOfTheRings/live. Also on Facebook.com/Lotro. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan. We have got a full schedule on Twitch, and you can find that schedule just by going to our Twitch page. Again, that's twitch.tv/LotraStream. We have shows basically every single day throughout the day. No matter what time zone you're in, there's a pretty good chance that you'll find someone streaming Lotra live. I will see you again next Thursday at noon Eastern for more Court of the Rings. Have fun. See ya.